Tech Circuit, the podcast where we discuss tech news, video games, PCs, and pretty much anything in the tech sphere. I'm Ben Tibbles, and with me is the intangible David Lee.
Hello, hello.
He could put his hand right through the table if he wants to. He's completely intangible. And that was our theme song by the incredible DJ X Sub N. So subscribe for more.
That's a
great
new one.
Content. I'm on fire this morning. I'm really cooking. All right, guys, we have a great show for you today. Nico, I just want to make sure I didn't click out of anything. Really cooking.
All right, this week we'll be covering all the Computex stuff that's been said so far. This week we'll be covering all the stuff that's been said at Computex so far with a lot of their modular cases, which I really wanted to see. There's going to be a little bit of a product spotlight. I'm excited about this one with a little update, and the AMD RX 9060 XTs.
First up, we have a couple products that were featured on Overclocknet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you over there for all the work you do. You make great content. Look at this case.
This is a great case. I really can't believe it took this long to make a case like this. Glass panels all around it, almost all around it from the back, and it looks gorgeous.
Check out this case. It is incredible.
I really love this case. I can't believe it took this long to make a case like this with glass panels all around the sides, almost all around, except for the back.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense that you need to have like one structural thing. But at this point, like if you're already going with like 3 glass panel sides, why not just do the 4th one too?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen stuff kind of similar to that. I can't remember the company that produces it, but we've had a pyramid shaped PC case in the studio before, and I guess that's glass on all 4 sides, but it had a solid base, which at a certain point something's going to be not transparent, right? Because you're going to either have fans, or at the base level, the PSU has to go somewhere, and that's going to block your line of view on things. But like, I love this design. I think it looks really cool. It's just interesting that it does still have that one solid side.
Yeah,
I guess this is the modular case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's just, think of the 3, I'm disproving my own point here, but like think of the 3D glass as just one of the modular modes, not necessarily the feature of the case, right?
Yeah, I love the design of it, but I'm just wondering, like, it just puts so much pressure on you to like have your cable management feed look so clean, right?
Yeah, that's why that's why I would not use this case is because my cable management is like, the meme of when you're a kid and you just throw everything in the closet when your parents tell you to clean the room and the closet's like barely staying closed because it's so full of stuff. Like,
I'm sorry, Mom and Dad.
That is exactly how my cable management is. It's just like, get it in there, and then when you screw it down, like, that's done.
It's done.
It's done. I never have to worry about that again. And if I do, that's future Ben's problem, not my problem. So this is very cool. This is the Master Frame 360 panoramic. That's a very cool frame.
Yeah, every time I see a case from Computex about from the next Computex and the next Computex or CES, I'm like, why didn't we think of that before? Why didn't we think of that before? It's just
the ketchup bottle thing. It's why did it take us so long to put the bottom of the opening of a ketchup bottle at the bottom? These are intentional air holes there. They didn't forget to put glass there, but that's for airflow. Which is, makes sense if you're not going to have like a grating of mesh of any sort. Like, you need places for air to get in there. It is interesting that I don't see a ton of fans. I bet maybe there's some. Yeah, I think I see 3 in the base, but maybe there's some in the top. I have to imagine there's got to be, because it is all liquid cooled. So, but that heat still has to dissipate somewhere. Maybe it's all back there.
Yeah, probably is.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's why they had to make it water cooled, right? Because having all those fans would just make it look messy, and you can't see through a fan. Not yet. Oh, New idea.
Yeah. Glass fans, that nothing could go wrong. You could have glass blades spinning really fast, delicately balanced. I don't see a problem.
And so the next slide that you're going to see here is adds to the modularity of it. You can swap out the front panel for an LCD panel with a little stand where you could put a figurine, as you can see here. Excellent idea. Not only is it panoramic, but also it's modular. Oh my, dude, take my money.
I think modularity, is that a word?
It is a word now.
It is now. Thanks, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare is proud.
Put it up there right alongside elbow. I think modularity is such an underrated thing, and actually maybe it's underutilized because it's am I gonna go into my anti-capitalist beliefs? If everything were modular, you could get things like that were exactly what you need, and it would be easier, and you wouldn't have to necessarily spend a bunch of money to get one feature that's lumped in with a bunch of other things. But again, modular case, LCD screen in the front, very cool looking, very cyberpunk-y. Which I just noticed the figurine has little like speakers on the ears
that's nice
of their helmet. That's dope. Is this a known IP that I don't know?
I don't know. I think it's OC.
All right. I love that Cooler Master has an OC character. We need one. I guess we had one. It was Vivi, and she'll come back someday. All right. From PC Gamer, we had another pretty cool case in which you can switch out for a stand with an LCD screen.
No, this one is the amp DAC combo that you can add at the bottom. So at the picture there, sorry for those of you who are just listening, there is a jack where you can plug in and just listen to it. Now, amp DAC combos, for those of you who don't know, are great for audio quality. Audiophiles use this all the time to improve the quality of their sound, and now we have it on a case.
Oh, okay. So that's funny. We just did a video about the
motherboards.
Sound differences on motherboards, and we learned that many motherboards, not all, and I don't know if I would say most, but many motherboards only have any sort of sound consideration, like extra tech or anything like that. It only applies to the top jack, not the jack that's actually on the back of the motherboard, which is weird because then you're trusting all that tech to whatever the front jack that the case company decides to give you. It was a weird discovery.
Wow.
It's cool to see a case manufacturer looking for new people, like looking for like, hey, if you care about audio, don't have this external thing that's another thing on your desk or another thing that's like sitting on top of your PC or whatever. It's part of the PC now. It's just poof, it's there. I think that's really cool.
I think that's amazing, and I'm also going, why didn't we have this before?
It makes me wonder what other types of like niche things we might see explored. Like the first thing that popped to my head, and this is, I don't know why, but like a PC case with a draw pad as one of the sides.
Oh.
So like you could graffiti your case, which I mean you can kind of do in a roundabout way with other things. And it could also just function as a screen, but if it had that kind of like draw pad functionality, I guess that's not also the most natural angle for that, but I don't know. Approach me, PC manufacturing companies. I have ideas. Corsair, you want this graffiti case, and it's trademarked because I just said the word trademark. I really like this case. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the Height X50 cases, they're coming out with color this time instead of just cases being like black or white and now wood colored. Now we're having matcha, we're having strawberry. I love those ideas.
I love those flavors
and taro. Great names. I'm also wondering, like, every time I see a new Computex case, whoa, this is amazing. Why didn't we have it before? And now we're finally able to have that. We have that for like mechanical keyboards, and now we're having that for computer cases. I love this idea. I think it's really, really cute.
Yeah, I think we see like this type of thing happen every few years, right? Because like we'll see more color and more design and more like niche things come out in waves, and then you see kind of a return to a more industrial or basic or simple, like with cars, right? Cars in the early 2000s and like the 90s and 2000s were really colorful, really like you had lots of like cute design and like the Cube and the Volkswagen, the return of the Volkswagen Beetle. Now things have gotten, again, things aren't as colorful as they used to be, right? Like most cars out there are gray, white, silver, red, black. But like in the 90s and early 2000s, there was like lime green, dark green, pink, purple. Like there were crazy car colors out there. And then it swung back to a more conservative design. I think we're just in a creative, fun period in PC cases and PC components right now, which is awesome. I love it. Like as someone who just has a favorite color and wears it all the time, I could make my PC case match my glasses, which I like. I don't know if I would actually get this case because it is on the smaller side, and I would probably be building a rig that's a bit beefier. But it's cool. It makes me want to consider it.
Yeah, I remember watching this video from Architecture saying the same thing that you made about cars, where they go to minimalistic and efficient, and then they go to colorful, amazing, great designs, and then the pendulum swings back and forth. And I'm just wondering, am I just one of the sheeple now? Just like, oh, look, colorful computer case. Oh, nice, sleek, minimalistic case. Oh, look, colorful computer case.
Yes, the answer is yes. We're a sheeple. We are sheeple for tech. Very cool design. Tell us about this early adopters thing.
Oh, so I'm not sure if I'm in love with what they're doing, but I think it's an interesting idea. Early adopters get a little badge on their computer case. So first 1,000 gets a gold badge. First 10,000 gets a silver badge after that. And the next 100,000 gets a bronze badge. I'm not in love with that idea, but it's
cool. Actually, I don't know if I would want the badge on my case. Like if I'm getting this sleek minimalistic case, don't put a badge on it. Like I'm just gonna have to take it off and then maybe damage the case, and then I'll be mad.
Oh, actually, I just came up with something. They're on mechanical keyboards. They have a placement for badges. It'd be really cool if computer cases started having their own badges that you can just customize and put right there. That would be a great idea.
All right. Okay. Again,
trademarked. It's me.
Damn, he got that.
David.
One. Sorry. All right. Speaking of design, I think this is really cool. We've seen wood paneling on cars.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen wood paneling on PC cases, keyboards. I think gaming mice. Like the first gaming mouse was made of wood.
What?
The first mouse was made of wood. Sorry. Which was technically probably the first gaming mouse because I bet someone gamed with it. But
I would think so.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. I cedar you. This is a wood paneled GPU. And again, this comes from our friends at Tom's Hardware. Thank you, Tom's Hardware, for all the cool stuff that you put out there. What do you think of this?
Great. Someday there's got to be like a wood motherboard, like just where you could just get a wood computer, and I love it. I was just looking up a few wood computer cases the other day. I'm like, thank goodness. I think it was Fractal that made like the first wood case, the North XL. Oh, beautiful.
We just built a PC with that case with Jimmy from SanDisk, and actually, I believe right now you can still go to that video on Newegg Studios at YouTube and sign up to win that PC. And that PC has a 50 series graphics card, that Fractal North case that has wood in the design, and the new WD Black SN8100 SSD. It's a Gen 5 SSD. It's crazy fast. But yeah, wood paneling on a GPU. I just have to imagine that if I'm looking at a black and wood case that has a black and wood GPU in there, it's gonna look pretty slick, especially if you get if you're using a motherboard that has the rear mounting, like the rear connect, so you don't have to see all the. I wonder if there is a case designed for those motherboards that has wood in the paneling already, because that's a fairly new feature, the rear connecting motherboards.
Yeah,
let us know if you know of one in the comments. I already ruined my joke, but it was going to be that it offers USB type cedar. I already said the cedar thing, so I kind of ruined it.
That's funny. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. The Gigabyte M27 UP dual mode monitors. And I only thought this existed on like the 32-inch monitors that cost like $800, $1,000, because my friend has one of those because he wants the best of the best. But this is, I think, being sold for $300, 4K 160 FPS for when you're just like having this great experience on a single player game. But if you're in a competitive gaming and raw frames, right, not frame generation, for those of you very passionate about that, you can get up to 320 frames per second on this. I lost my mind. I want a good graphics card to run this thing. I'm so stoked.
It's cool. Like, I think that's cool. I think in the future, all monitors will probably be able to switch between at least 2 modes, or all gaming monitors at least will be able to switch through 2 modes, maybe even 3.
Yeah.
You like 4K, 2K, FHD. I wonder, like, tell us out there if you have a monitor like this and if you use that feature, because I'm curious. Like, is it one of those things that people actually switch between when they switch games, or is it something where like you use it a couple times and then you kind of forget about it and just stay in one mode?
Yeah, because I would think like it might be difficult. Like you might have to change a lot of other computer settings. It might mess with the resolution, and so you have to go to your game settings and adjust every time you change the mode. If that has to happen, I'm just throwing this monitor away in the dumpster.
If it does this automatically,
yeah,
like if you can set parameter, but then again, how's it gonna know? Like, how does it know that you're playing Black Myth Wukong, so you want 4K graphics, but when you're playing, COD, you want frames?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does it? You would have to either just like have a list, or I don't know, I guess
maybe compatible games list. I know a lot of software does that, but there is a button, you just click it. One of my coworkers who went to Computex showed me this monitor, and she pressed the button. It took a second. It was the whole process took about like 3 to 5 seconds. It was fairly quick, know.
Yeah.
And it changed modes, and I was like, that seems fine.
See, but these monitors can sometimes be a couple $100 more than just getting a 4K or a 2K. And I think my guess is that most of you out there, tell me if I'm wrong, most of you out there probably just end up buying a 2K monitor and using a 2K monitor to play
all
AAA games.
Yeah,
you play AAA games. Or you just bought a 4K monitor and you don't care about frame rate that much. I mean, I can see the benefit of this monitor. I just wonder maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong out there, tell me if you have a dual mode monitor and if you switch modes and if it's easy, because I'm with you. I think that it seems easy, but that's only changing the monitor. You got to go in to the settings and do a bunch of tweaking to now produce the frames or the resolution.
Yeah, my friend who has the monitor, he's afraid to press the button because he doesn't want everything works for him, so he doesn't want to mess with it.
See, like that's not. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, David, take it away.
Yes. So last week we had a 20% off coupon on this game, Elden Ring Nightreign. Oh, I can't wait to play it. And we ran out. We ran out of all the copies.
Sold out of them, guys.
Yeah.
You bought out all the 20% offs that we had.
So I went up to the manager that was in charge and I begged her, please, can we get this for our viewers out there? And so I was able to get it up to 15% off. That's still probably the best version that you're going to get on this game, or for sale off on this game. And it's on the page, so check it out. You don't have to memorize any codes. 15% off on the standard edition. All right.
All right. There you go, standard edition. But we managed to get more discounts for you. I'm very happy to say that, and I am also very excited to play Nightreign. All right, next up, we got a couple more great deals that I'm very excited to bring you. This is the Samsung 990 Pro Gen 4 1 terabyte SSD. This thing is normally about $160. Right now, you can get it for $100. Samsung is kind of the gold standard when it comes to SSDs, and this is no exception. The 990 Pro is kind of the bar in each generation. The Gen 4 specifically, was the generation that was so big because of the PlayStation, right? Like, people were excited about having the ability to add an SSD, but it had to be Gen 4. Which made Gen 4, people really got invested in what the best SSD in Gen 4 was. And this is the SSD that tops the list in almost every instance I've seen. There are other great SSDs out there. This is just always on the list. Read-write speeds up to 7,450 megabytes per second. Nickel-coated high-end controller prevents thermal throttling. But again, I think the biggest thing to point out here, this is only $100 right now, and that's while supplies last. So if you are thinking about getting a 1 terabyte SSD, whether or not it's for your PlayStation or for your PC or what have you, this is definitely something you should consider. And because you can get it at $60 off right now, you might want to dive on that. We already sold out of the first Nightreign discount. We were lucky to get you a second round of discount for that. But I don't know the next time these are going to go on sale again. So check that out if you're looking to buy an SSD. Nico, I clicked off in the wrong spot. Can you just look and make sure we're still recording? Thank you. Here we go.
Here we have the EVGA X12 gaming mouse. This is a great gaming mouse just to have on the side whenever you're traveling or anywhere else, because it is only $9.99 on sale, which is a savings of $20. It has 8K polling rate, which is amazing. That's really good on a gaming.
8 times the standard.
Wow.
The standard gaming mouse has a 1,000 is it hertz? 1,000 hertz polling rate. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it has onboard profiles. Not a lot of mouse have that for $10. That's a great deal.
Absolutely. And again, it's worth noting, this is normally a $30 gaming mouse, which is, I would say a middling area gaming mouse, but you're getting it for like discount price right now, for like discount mouse price. So you're getting like standard great quality. For a second I thought this was the mouse, but like no. I'm just out of it today. The other thing is, like, I really like EVGA's designs. I'm bummed that they don't work with Nvidia anymore, because I always liked their graphics card. I like their gaming mice. I like their products. I think they have a cool design and they're well made. They're not going to win many like awards, but again, if you want to have a corded gaming mouse, just so you have no lag, you're getting instant response time, this is a great option. And it's also a great option as a gift. So I know that there are grads happening right now. There are people getting out of high school. There are people graduating college. And there are people who will be wanting to game. So maybe get them a little gaming thing. I think Father's Day is coming up too. I'm not a dad, so, or I have 2 corgis. They don't get me anything, so.
I have a cat. It's even worse. He just meows for attention and food all day.
My dogs do too. It's weird because they don't bark. They meow. All right, guys. This is probably the biggest topic of the day. The AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT has been announced.
I'm so excited about this. I can't wait. I love how AMD has been killing it release after release. Here is the biggest thing that I have to cover. This is your moment, AMD. Nvidia is so focused on AI that they're not as focused on gaming, right? And AMD is getting the value for performance. This is the moment. Like, I need them to pop off so that they can be known as like the gaming graphics card.
And not to interrupt you, but people are noticing. Like it's not just the industry that's noticing that that Nvidia has shifted completely, almost all their focus to AI. The market is noticing. And as you'll see in the user circuit, we're getting comments that are like it's cool that the 50s series graphics cards are powerful, but also like I can't find them, I can't afford them, and they're not as like good as they should be. And meanwhile, AMD's like, oh, here's a card that's like super affordable and actually performs. Like, here you go. No fake frames, all real performance. Like, the market's noticing.
Mm-hmm. An interesting fact about this one that I hope there's a lot enough in stock, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
There, and MSRP is 300 and 350. I just hope those are like actual prices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, and that's, if those are actual prices, those fall right in line with the 50 series. A little lighter for the 60 XT 16 gig is a little less than the 60 Ti, which is great. But I think the lower ones, the 8 gig is, I mean, dollar for dollar MSRP. They are the exact same price. So we'll see. I mean, Nvidia has a lot going for them. They always have. They are kind of the standard, especially when you talk about anything that isn't gaming. Most things are engineered with Nvidia in mind, so it's easier to do things with an Nvidia GPU in many instances. But again, I'm sure I'm not aware of everything, so tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me the spots that I don't know about where it's like, nope, AMD does this professionally, because I know AMD CPUs power PlayStations.
Oh,
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's not any chip that you could just go out and buy. But yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if they do the graphics in that instance as well. It's interesting. I don't know how my PlayStation works. It's a magic box that I put discs into, and then I get to visit magical worlds and hit monsters with big hammers.
Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh,
I love it so much. All right, guys, we'll keep you posted as we learn more about the 9060 XT. Tell us what you're excited about for it. But here we go. We are into the user circuit. Why don't you kick us off, David?
Yo, give me a PC or I get mad. Well, you heard it from here. You can win from SanDisk, right?
SanDisk, yeah. You can go over to Newegg Studios over on YouTube, and I believe you can still enter to win that gaming PC. One thing I want to point out, because it makes me laugh, he actually say, give me PC or I get mad. Not a PC, but there's also no punctuation, no capitalization. Yo, do better. All right, I think you're probably going to be mad, is what I think. DeLuca
Rubalcaba?
DeLuca Rubalcaba? I'm really sorry if I said that wrong, but it's fun to say. PlayStation for life, PlayStation Nation, baby. Let's go.
My wife was watching the other day and she saw your tattoo and she's like, I can't believe he has a tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was completely sober when I got it.
I'm so glad you're the co-host. It's pretty Sleepy Silva says it's pretty insane how 500 hertz is even possible, but I'm sure the 50 series is going to make it happen. I have a 50 series card and the frames are insane.
Sleepy Silva, welcome back, friend. I'm sorry you're still sleepy. CJ Ocean says Atari VCS 2600 original joysticks are the best of the best. 4 switches and 1 big red button. That's this one, right? Here's the thing. I remember another controller that only had 1 joystick. It was called the Nintendo 64 controller, and it was terrible. It's a terrible designed controller, and also it made playing GoldenEye nearly impossible. When the joystick is your movement and your aim? How? I don't know how I ever played that game. I tried playing it again a little while ago. It was Babytown Frolics. I couldn't get anything done.
What was that? It was like what?
Babytown Frolics?
Okay.
I don't know where I got that from, but I love saying it.
JR Mo, probably Junior Mo, says, had to Google Deadpool actor's real name to verify this wasn't Ryan Reynolds I was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, David does look a little like Ryan Reynolds, so I get that. Okay, vanity. And of course, wrapping it up with our good buddy Razir. They need to do a blind test involving the refresh rate to see if people can tell the difference. Most people can't. 60 hertz to 144 was a game changer, but above that, it's largely a gimmick. I would also, that's a great idea for a video. We'll have to see if we can find a way to do this blind test. I prefer the ergonomics of the DualShock because I grew up playing PlayStation 1 and 2, but I use Xbox controller for PC games for maximum native compatibility. Just like we were saying, if the devs made their games with equal compatibility, PS hands down. I agree. If the PS had the same connectability as the Xbox controller, then the only advantage the Xbox controller would have is that in this generation it happens to be a little more comfortable. But even then, I'm with Razir. I've been playing PlayStation most of my gaming life, and that it's a natural fit to me now. The only time Thrustmaster should ever be uttered is the confines of an adult toy shop or in the bedroom of consenting adults. Fair point.
I can't. Where are we gonna cut that?
We'll see.
That's hilarious.
Fair point about the cost going down, but you still stand by your point on discomfort. I get that, but I can't help but think that eventually, and yeah, you make the point that Google Glass failed because people didn't want glasses on their face. Sure, but I think even that, if it gets good enough, people will make that compromise. They will meet VR in the middle. For what it's worth, the golden GPU will probably retain a lot more of its value when it becomes scrap metal. That's fair. Nobody is really fighting over a 3090 anymore. And I remember people would go to blows.
Oof.
All right. Really quick, just gonna blow through these. We had 2 more PC cases that showed up in our inbox this month or this week. This one is from Anon Moose, which fantastic. Great job.
What a case, man.
Very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Very clean. I love the monochromatic feel of the RGB. This is I'm comparing everything to Cyberpunk because I'm playing Cyberpunk right now, but this is very Cyberpunk. And then this one from Q-Sun. Again, another monochromatic build. I just liked this one. Not as polished a design, but again, it's kind of like Cyberpunk where it has the cables showing and things like that. So all right, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, David, did you have something you wanted to say about that before I just steamrolled us right into the end?
So the motherboard has the codes, right, to troubleshoot it when
oh yeah.
And so I was wondering, eventually, as a design choice, that should be RGB and it should fit with the lights of everything on your computer.
Okay.
Trademark David Lee, thank you.
He's 2-1 by the end of this. I think they should have ARGB. Trademark. Got him.
2 for 2.
All right, everybody. That's our podcast for the week. Thank you so much for listening or for watching. Make sure that you are following us. You're subscribed to Newegg Studios on YouTube. You're following Tech Circuit Podcast on Blue Sky and Twitter, or anywhere where you get your podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Acast.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. I'm Ben Tibbles.
I'm David Lee.
This has been Tech Circuit. Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Have a good one.